Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and we are talking with a diamond expert about why now's the time to buy natural diamonds.
That's right, and we're also getting Super Bowl ready. Maple bourbon wings are what's cooking. We'll have the recipe later in today's show.
Well, welcome into Studio 10. I'm Jennifer Lambers.
And I'm Vanessa Pacheco. The parents are out, so it's just me and Jen today.
Yes, and we have a lot of fun. And today what we're going to be talking about is weddings a little bit. And part of it is now couples can say I do while chowing down on chalupas.
That is funny. Taco Bell Cantina is helping lovebirds tie the knot with a wedding package at its location on the Las Vegas Strip.
A wedding chapel is on the second floor of the fast food restaurant. Taco Bell's chapel features an Elvis officiant, Vegas showgirls, and a sauce packet bouquet.
Wow, of course. Tacos are also included in the $777 price. Now, after the ceremony, a quick reception is held in a private area of the restaurant for the couple and up to 25 guests.
Taco Bell weddings can be booked same day with at least 4 hours notice.
Wow.
$777.
25 guests.
25 guests. You get to get married. You have the officiant. You have decor.
Tacos.
You have food.
Elvis.
Honestly, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all.
I can see a few people doing this, especially if they have some connection with Taco Bell.
I was going to say there was a girl I specifically think of in college, and she was Taco Bell all the time. Like her bed set was Taco Bell themed, and so I know that that's like something for her. So I'm sure a lot of folks are going to be doing it. Also, just thinking of like vow renewals.
Yeah.
If you go to Vegas, you're like, hey, let's do it. Let's go talk about spending less than $1,000 and you get all of that. I mean, the venue too is included in it. So
it's not a bad deal.
It's not. It's really not. Especially, I'm going through all this right now. So seeing the prices of weddings and everything, I'm like, wow, that's actually affordable.
For sure.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's switch gears here. The one-year countdown to the Winter Olympics has begun.
And the International Olympic Committee president was in Milan on Thursday to proclaim Italy is ready.
The Milano Cortina Winter Games will be held across northern Italy and mainly existing venues.
So people are also working around the clock to rebuild the sliding track in Cortina ahead of next month's deadline.
So if it's not ready by then, organizers plan to move the event to Lake Placid in New York. I can't believe we're already in that time again. And honestly, Italy doesn't sound bad either.
Not at all. The sites there are stunning. Yeah, like I always forget that the Summer and the Winter Olympics, they go technically each is every 4 years, but they go every 2 years from one of the Olympics. And so I just remember that we had the Summer Olympics. I like it because it's just an easy thing to turn on the TV.
Yes.
If you have nothing else to watch and then you go into a restaurant and they have it on to where, I mean, they're going all hours of the day to where it's really easy to watch.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see what goes down when it comes around. But Italy and the Winter Olympics sound nice.
Something to watch. Well, the countdown to Super Bowl 59 here on Fox is ticking louder and louder.
As sports fans nationwide prepare for all the action, have you ever wondered why people care so much about their favorite teams, Jen?
Well, Edward Hart, a psychology professor at Indiana University, says each team has unique attributes that unite their fans, and he cites the history, the tradition, and even the garb.
He also says being part of fandom can help trigger positive feelings. The loyalty you feel can give you a sense of contribution to the team's success.
Experts also say, however, it's important to process your feelings if your team loses.
Oh, for sure. Now, what do you think about that?
I believe it 100%. I meet so many folks that you ask, you're like, why are you a fan of that team? Because I mean, some of them are just random a little bit, and they're like, oh, well, my parents were a fan, their parents were a fan, so that's part of it. Some people just adopt it. They're like, I didn't really have a team to root for. I just happened to watch them. I know that that's where a lot of Dallas fans came from. They had this whole push. They have a really cool documentary on it of just trying to get America's team, as you just heard Manny say, that they had this whole marketing campaign to get folks on board that if you don't have a team, hey, we want you. We want you to be a fan of us. So
I do love that. I love going to maybe going to a bar and just meeting strangers who are all wearing the same jersey and then just rooting for the team. Any sport. I love to go watch football, soccer, but when your team scores, there's nothing like just high-fiving a stranger and just...
I recently went down to Pensacola, and one of the restaurants there, they have a big Chiefs watch party. And so I didn't know a soul going in there, but I mean, all of a sudden we're best friends. We're family at that point, because I mean, you're just decked out in Chiefs gear. And so it really is a family that you can just join if you don't know anyone. So if you're here, you have a sports team that you're a big fan of, look on Facebook. I'm sure that there's a watch party somewhere. And so that way next season, once football rolls back around, you can go and watch with them.
Yeah, well, speaking of football, Chief fans, including Jen, of all ages, are gearing up for Sunday's big game. But there is a very experienced group in Kansas rooting for them.
I love this. The cheerleading squad is made up of mostly 90-somethings living at Primrose Retirement Community in Sedalia, Missouri. And the group debuted before the Super Bowl 57.
So cute. The squad of seniors was originally known as the Primrose Retirement Community Chiefs cheerleaders, but renamed themselves to the Silver Swifties, leading up to last year's Super Bowl. That is so cute.
I absolutely adore this. Now, one thing that I do appreciate about Kansas City for the years that I lived there is that if you were to walk into a grocery store, about 90% of the people in that store are going to be wearing some sort of KC gear, whether it's Royals, Chiefs, K-State, KU, Mizzou, any of it. And so I know that folks, they just really rally behind this. And so, I mean, seeing them right there, it's something I almost expect out of KC, but I love to see it. Good for them. Hopefully we'll have a check-in with them during the Super Bowl. Some sort of live shot too. They always like to check in on the live shots of Power and Light downtown.
Just bring them over to NOLA.
Come on down. We'll have you all here too. I love to see it.
All right, and speaking of the big game this weekend, you can watch all things Super Bowl right here on Fox 10. The pre-game action, the game, and all the commercials. Kickoff from the Caesars Superdome is set for 5:30 p.m.
And also just a reminder, heading into today, we're already beginning some of that Super Bowl coverage. We will have a Super Bowl special on air beginning at 11 a.m. So just here in about the next 54 minutes. So we will be live streaming Fox 10 midday. So if you want to catch up with any of the big breaking news out there, anything of the new developments, again, we'll have that on all of our Gulfstream platforms.
All right, well, let's talk about this weather. We're going to have some great weather this weekend, right?
I am so excited for this weekend. I think heading into tonight, we're going to go wash out the kayaks that have been in our shed for the past few months. So I think that's what we're going to do one of these days, because it's just going to be nice to get outside and enjoy it. And so looking across the southeast, we have some of the cloud cover out there. We're still dealing with some of that fog. Looking in just a little bit closer, on my drive in this morning, I did have some very light isolated showers, mainly just some of those sprinkles on the car windshield. Still seeing some of those moving through northern Baldwin County at this time. So just make sure that you're driving carefully in it. Nothing that's really going to disrupt much, but the visibility showing improvement, still 7 miles closer towards Mobile and Pascagoula. But as we check in on some of those cameras, not quite the case for many areas. So one of those is going to be closer towards Orange Beach, still seeing some of that limited visibility there. Mobile downtown, also more of that limited visibility just over Mobile Bay and the Bayway and the Causeway. And then I am seeing much better improvements from our Scarlet Pearl camera in D'Iberville. Temperatures out there right now, it is mild. We are resting in the upper 60s and the lower to mid 70s, but only going to warm up heading into the rest of today. Those daytime highs maxing out mid to upper 70s all across the Gulf Coast. Once again, could be tying or breaking a record. And looking ahead, what we're tracking, that's just going to be more of those foggy mornings with the mild temperatures. And then looking ahead to next week, rain chances do ramp up midweek next week, but I'll talk more about that in my extended outlook coming up in just a bit.
You could barely see anything through those cams.
Yeah, nothing, just fog. That's all it is. I will say, I kept saying, today's the worst day I've seen. Today's the worst day I've seen. But
it's today.
Yeah, today. Waking up this morning, I live in Daphne, and I hadn't really seen fog until I got to the Bayway, but opening up my front door, it was just fog out there.
It's scary, actually, when you get out there.
If you've ever seen
what you're getting into.
The fog or the mist, that's all I think of. So, not the biggest fan. I don't recommend that movie for anyone out there with what we deal with it. But we will start to see improvements, hopefully, into next week.
All right. Well, still to come, the Gulf Coast Rep is excited to present its inaugural show, Steel Magnolia. So we're talking with an artistic director and one of the cast members after the break.
And also, the Manning football family has a 10. The Gulf Coast Rep is a new nonprofit theater company located at OWA Parks and Resort. Their inaugural show, Steel Magnolias, is running now. And joining me today with all of the details are Darren Butler and Cadence Baker. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
And so for anyone unfamiliar, just tell me about this new theater group that you guys have here.
Sure. It's a nonprofit professional theater company. The goal is to launch new work. Our goal is to do about 80% of our shows in the season will be new plays, new musicals. We'll even be working with independent filmmakers to help kind of bring their scripts to life and do readings and so forth. But every year we're going to do a couple of shows like Steel Magnolias that are what we call anchor shows, things that the public knows and they love. And then we'll bring in the new stuff and start educating the public on how a show goes from page to stage.
And so just tell me about the importance of having it right here in the heart of the Gulf Coast for us, just located here in Baldwin County.
Sure. Well, there are regional theaters all across the country. La Jolla and San Diego, the Guthrie in Minneapolis. There's tons of great work being done all around the country for the development of new American theater. But we have a unique situation. We have a great arts community here, from Mobile to Pensacola. Great theater organizations, great community theaters doing awesome work. And we already have a great community of locals that love the arts. But plus, we have all these great tourists that come in the summer and our snowbirds that come in the winter. So it's a great place to test out new work. And for artists, you know, people like Cadence who want to work and so forth, you have to leave Alabama pretty much to go somewhere and work and act. So we want to create an environment where people can come and get paid for their work and develop their professional skills.
Well, I am so excited that we have this not only on the Gulf Coast, but here in Baldwin County. And so Cadence, he mentioned that you're a part of it. You are in Steel Magnolias. Tell me a little bit about your part, plus also for anyone unfamiliar about the storyline of Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, so I play Shelby in Steel Magnolias, and basically Steel Magnolias is about this group of ladies that have known each other their whole lives, and it's set in a salon, in a beauty salon, and they just gossip about everything, but they love each other, and it's such a tight-knit group of women. And later on in the show, Shelby has health problems, and you just see how it affects all of the ladies and how it affects their daily lives.
Well, I can hear your passion in the voice for this show and for your character. And so I didn't ask you in the break, but are you from the Gulf Coast originally, or?
So I'm from northern Alabama.
Okay.
I'm from Muscle Shoals.
Nice.
Yes.
And so you still just got to be in Alabama, but also performing something that you love to do. And so we're happy that you're here and that you get to perform down at OWA. And so is there anything else that you guys want to add specifically about the theater, about the show, for folks to come out this weekend?
Sure, and sometimes it's hard to find things, right? So being a new place. So we took over the Bohemian Event Center. So we're not at the actual theater in OWA. We're just down the street, right next door to Starbucks, which is lots of fun.
Yes.
So we have a beautiful space that we can basically turn it into anything we want. And with each show, like Runaway Home that's coming up at the end of February and in March, it's a more of an immersive experience, something you can't get in a traditional proscenium theater. So it's exciting.
Might I add, you're right there.
Yeah.
With the, like, in front of the stage.
Right. We only seat 200, so you're very much in the
very intimate.
Yeah,
space.
intimate setting. And so I understand too that means that you're probably limited on seating and tickets
200.
too.
Yes.
And so you guys have shows this weekend and next weekend. If
That's
they want to
correct.
come see Steel Magnolias, how can they go about doing so?
Very simple. Go to gulfcoastrep.com and all the ticket information is there and some great promo codes. Us getting started.
There you go. So definitely something to check out. As always, we're going to have more information on Steel Magnolias, the theater in whole, plus also some of those additional shows. I'm sure that we're going to have you guys back on here soon to talk about everything else that you have going on. But thank you so much for being here today.
You're very welcome.
Good luck. Break a leg out there.
Thank
And then again, as always, we'll have more information on this on our website later on this afternoon. Day. The 2025 Alabama legislative session is underway, and the Alabama Department of Corrections is asking for $826 million. We'll share where the majority of that money could go in our next hour. And also, several Mobile County wrestling teams are traveling to Montgomery this weekend for the Super Section South tournament, and that includes Baker High School. Our Stephen Moody will have that story. Plus, also, we'll have a look at the top headlines and your weekend weather forecast. That's coming up on Fox 10 midday. And just a reminder, on air, we are going to have a Super Bowl special. So we're going to be live streaming Fox 10 midday. You can catch that on all of our Gulfstream platforms. Well, coming up, we are continuing talking about football here on the Gulf Coast, plus also our big game day bites.
Yeah, so Nicholas is joining us in the kitchen. He's making a sausage cream cheese dip.
Got
I
the
don't
applause.
know.
We got applause going for Nick in the kitchen.
Look, he's ready.
He's running in there.
Yeah.
There we go. He is ready to go. Liveliness is going to be joining us next. Plus, also have a look at your forecast. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Out there, so still well above average, but I'll continue to keep you updated on your forecast, and I'll talk more about that coming up on Fox 10 Midday.
Okay, so we're continuing our Big Bite series. We are ending with Nicolas Herboso. Okay, Nicholas, what are you making?
All right, this is a
Throwing these cheese in
yeah, I'm just throwing it in there. This is a cream cheese based dip, and this is if you've ever gone to like a gone to Publix, gone to. Can you take this jersey off me?
Oh.
Please? It's gonna fall.
Okay.
If you ever gone to
I'm here
Publix, gone to
for it.
Walmart. All of those dips that they have are cream cheese based dips. Producer
Okay.
Liz gave me this recipe.
Okay.
It is about as easy as can be. I've already worked some of our cream cheese in here. All it is here is sausage. Just get your sausage, pre-packaged, whatever, cook it in the pan. That's the first thing you do.
Okay.
And in that same pan, we take our cream cheese, and I just grabbed a whole block of cream cheese.
I see.
And threw it in there. I kind of metered it, throwing it in there. But we throw that in, and this melts pretty quickly, so it's good.
Okay.
It just kind of moves fast.
And you add more cheese.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here for it.
Yeah.
Cheese, sausage. Where
go.
can you
He's
go
getting the
wrong?
end of that.
All of that. So then I'm going to add, this is just like, whatever, cheddar. Do something sharp.
Okay.
Preferably, I would say.
Ooh,
kind
it's
of balance it all
looking
out.
good.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
this
what?
is good.
I got to give a shout out to Nick too, because originally today we were supposed to have Chelsea doing it,
Yeah.
but Chelsea was out. And so we started to ask around, and Nick volunteered as my.
Originally, I did not.
Originally, he
but-
did not. We asked him, he was like, but
But
he
then-
showed out and came and joined us for this segment.
Again, Liz with the recipe, so
Yeah.
thank you, Liz. And ooh, this is a lot of cream cheese. So-
Allison, our EP, helped out too.
yes, Allison prepared
Team
the sausage.
effort.
But this is not it.
Okay, this is not
because
it.
this is great as it is. Trust me, this is really great as it is.
But wait, there's more.
But
Yes.
wait, there's more.
Okay.
Well, what's
Oh.
a dip without the
You
rotel?
need the rotel. I know the V is iffy on that one, but
No, I will do rotel. But
Really?
yeah, but again, I'm
What?
a dipper, not a scooper. Okay, yeah, just don't. I'm a dipper, not a scooper. So I love a rotel dip, but I just do not do. Now this is looking real chunky, but
This is chunky. I probably should have drained that a little bit. When I keep some heat on here, this will go. I'm gonna keep some heat and let this kind of simmer a bit, but it's honestly ready to go now. Now this is the cornerstone.
Okay.
Oh, this is brilliant. Oh my goodness. You can go ahead and get the chips and start going if you want.
Okay.
But this is the cornerstone. I'm not gonna.
you want to
bother.
put it on top of the chips, okay?
You can put it on top of the chips here. We'll put it on top of the chips for you.
Make it like a little nacho.
But I'll tell you, this is the cornerstone of something that you can do for game day. You can double scoop. There you go.
Pour some in here for me.
Okay.
Yeah, there we
Something
go.
you can do for game day. So take a look at that picture.
oh,
And
that's
that is
beautiful.
so that is what I did during New Year's. That is the snack board of the unhealthiest choices, but there's some green on there. So that is a boneless buffalo wing board. If you are in a pinch, it is a little expensive to do because you have to just get a lot of different things. But if you are in a pinch and want something to do that you can throw in front of a crowd while they're watching the game and they go, oh my goodness, do this. I went and got like the store-bought frozen boneless wings. You can do actual boneless
Yeah.
wings if you want, but if
Nicholas?
you're being really cheap.
This isn't bad at all. It's so good. Now you can
This is
add
good.
that to your platter.
Yes, and that's the thing. This is the cornerstone of it. You do boneless wings. You do. I'll try it in a second. I did fries. I did tater tots on
Oh.
that, and then I did chips. And on the corner of it was a dip, and that dip I did buffalo chicken for that one. You could do this. Great idea. Simple. It's quick. And
Good job,
good
This
to
Nicholas.
is
do.
fantastic.
So good.
Nicholas, shout out to Allison and Liz for also participating, getting this segment done. This is great. We did fantastic this week, y'all. If you want to check out any of those previous game day bites, majority of those are already on our website. We'll have Nick's later on for this afternoon. But more Studio 10 is on the way. We'll be
Some
right back after
great
this.
snacks for sure
Yes,
for
this is
Super
good.
Bowl. Yeah, that was good.
Turn.
Richard Solomon has the story.
At the Dallas Open, it's a game of chess, where young tennis players fight to be number one. But look just past them, and you'll see something that might catch your eye.
What we want to be is invisible.
Ball people are normally in their teams, but for Tony Downer,
You might imagine as like one of the only gray-haired ball people, they tend to remember who I am.
he's a 66-year-old ball boy.
People say, oh, age is just a number. Let me tell you, it helps to have a orthopedic, because I'm dealing with a titanium hip right now.
And he's wearing his age well.
I've done the last 9 U.S. Opens, and I did the 3 New York Opens when this tournament was in New York.
Mr. Downer started volunteering for the U.S. Open in 2016.
So I said to myself, okay, when my schedule frees up and I'm beginning my retirement, I got some unfinished business to attend to.
A passion for the sport he loves, Downer is one of 80 folks selected.
You have to be at least 12, and then the other age, we don't know. I guess we pushed it out.
Jim Mortcat is the ball kid coordinator. He says Tony, he's leaving an unforgettable mark on the kids.
The experienced person can teach the younger people or the newer people to the job. So, and that's really what he's doing.
And if you take anything away from Tony,
Really encourage anybody who is a fan of the sport, who's got a sense of adventure and perhaps a little inner Peter Pan, to go ahead and explore.
you can always try new things at any age.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah. Great way to end the show for sure.
Yes.
We've
Also-
had some amazing food. Go
We
ahead.
did. Also, I never addressed it. I did a little bit of an outfit
Yes.
change. Have my little sports
cute.
jacket, courtesy of Amazon. So.
So we know who she's rooting for. This
Oh
weekend.
yes, go Chiefs! Hopefully Monday will be a good day for us here on Studio 10 when we check back in.
And remember, we are live streaming our midday hour.
Yes, so make sure you download that Fox 10 Gold stream. We will join you there.